For today's good question, Donovan asks, what can you do legally when someone is tailgating you? In reference to driving down the highway, not at sporting events. Well, it can be uncomfortable to have someone tailgate you, but the best option may be just getting out of their way. Lexington Police Lieutenant Chris Van Brackle told us, quote, when being tailgated, the best course of action is to carefully allow the other vehicle to pass. Maintain your speed and, if possible, move into the right lane, or if necessary, pull into a nearby parking lot to avoid the other driver. You can also report aggressive or dangerous driving by calling 911 or in Lexington, calling the non-emergency line at 258-3600. If you have a good question, you can email goodquestion@wkyt.com. And I'll see you on WKYT Mornings.